Hi everyone, my name is Alex and I represent ZenFrogs. You may have seen me with this and this at the back. Yes, so I'm the CEO of Object Incubator. That's what that is. That's a creative incubator in Narva, Estonia on the eastern side. If you've never been there, please do come visit. We have an awesome co-working space. But yes, we are redirecting this space towards Web3 incubation as well. And ZenFrog started off as an NFT project, but we've been building the Web3 community in the eastern part of Estonia for a long time. We run the Web3 conference called WEN, or W3N, at the edge of Europe, on the border with Russia. For people who don't know, it sounds pretty scary. It's not, there are no tanks on the border or anything like that. It's just an exciting place with a castle and stuff. So yes, this is our conference. Last year we expected 300 people, 400 people turned up. That was very unexpected, pretty exciting stuff. I think, actually Vincent, you were at this one where this guy performed. You were there somewhere on the side. Yes, so that's what we've been doing, but I want to talk about community engagement in film and animation using Web3 and how that's been done and what projects are doing. Maybe some of you have heard of Stoner Cats. Stoner Cats with this project. I think it was the first successful Web3 project that just used the NFTs to raise money and give people access to their animated series, which I think is a great big barrier for the Web2 crowd because you want to get a bigger community, but it works. It works. They got sued by the SEC. I think they settled it somehow. I don't know what the settlement was, but they were nearly put out of business. Then there was Deadpool. They released some collectibles. I have no idea what happened to this either. So they released their collectibles, and they were supposed to be like helping with movie sales or ticket sales. It did happen, but I don't know what happened with it. I think they had legal issues too, but the idea was great. Then there was Tarantino. Tarantino released his NFTs, his collectible NFTs, and there was some still images, as far as I remember, from like Pulp Fiction, etc., etc. He got sued by the film company. I forgot who it was, like who was the kind of license holder of his movies. He got sued and then had to stop that project. But it was great. Like I would love to collect like unseen, uncut, like cut footage from Pulp Fiction and own it, you know, and own some kind of license to it. That would be super awesome. But as you can see, it's not all plain sailing. Regulation is always a problem. Crapopolis. Does anyone know Crapopolis? Has anyone seen this? As far as I know, this launched on AVAX, Avalanche blockchain, and that did well because they focused on animation first, NFTs later, and the NFTs were very much like a utility token, and they were not raising money via NFTs. What you get with their NFTs is you get exclusive content. I don't remember what it was, like some cut pieces of animation, etc. You get access to their games, and you get some rewards for playing their games and participate in their community. So I watched it. It's actually pretty good. It has some really good actors in it, like really famous actors. Like this guy is the guy with the afro from IT Crowd. I forgot, Richard Aoyade, if you know who that is. Really great actors, but I don't know. The show didn't work for me. I think it was very dry, but I think they're just starting, so it'll be good. So what I'm trying to say is that this goes back a while. Like Stoner Cats was 2017 or 18 or something like that, and movie companies and film companies are still trying to do something with it. But why are they trying to do this? Some of them don't know. Some of them are just releasing NFTs to get more money. But some of them understand what NFTs can bring as a community and why is community building important. So I listed some options of what you can get, how you can use, let's say, NFTs within your film or animated project. You get crowdfunding, you can give people access to unlockable content, exclusive access, narrative direction, influencing. So this is, if you have a big community of NFT holders, they can influence the narrative of your story or of your animation, which is great, but you still have to keep the clear goal and vision for yourself, because you can't allow the community to do whatever you want. The story will get lost. The Web2 crowd will not watch something that's completely all muddled up. So you still need to have the main story, and I would suggest give the community the opportunity to influence some parts of the narrative that are not crucial to the main storyline. This is actually something that I will talk to you about later. Merchandising rights, great. Like if you hold an NFT that's a character within the series, maybe you're allowing your community to release merch for that character. If that character is really successful, hey, you're gonna make millions by selling merch of this character. But I would suggest retaining some licensing rights for yourself as a company, because that could be problematic legally. Yeah, NFT character participation, that's kind of all falls into this. And gamification, if you're gonna release games, that's also great. But really, why is this important? Why would you even do this? So we all understand the old marketing style, the traditional marketing has had limited communication between the seller and the buyer, very limited. One size fits all was the approach. So it was always like, you either buy it or you don't. You don't like it. I'm not going to customize it for you. Okay, I'll have 3 colors, that's it. And now people expect different colors, different shapes, different accessories, etc., etc., etc. And it was very, very short term. I sell you something, you go away, and that's it, you're happy. Now, in the digital era, it's very, very different. You have real-time communication. People expect you to be like online 24/7. Like, you expect your support to be available 24/7. And if the support, you call support, they're not there, they're closed at 5, like, and you're using their online service at 12, like, that really sucks. I've been in this situation many times, it really sucks. But the community or the users expect this from you. Tailored approach, like I said, everyone expects something tailored to them, and it's very much long-term. So you're building and you're nurturing this community when you create a product, which is very great. Even what I think, off the top of my head, Stanley Cups. Like, you've seen this craze with Stanley Cups very recently. I remember when the Stanley Cups were just Stanley Cups. They were like, you just pour water in them. And now it has millions of accessories, and TikTokers posting like them using and drinking from Stanley Cups. Like, to me, it's bizarre, but there's a whole cult developing around Stanley Cups. And it's very much long-term, and Stanley is doing a really good job at nurturing this hype around their cups. And this is exactly the same thing that you can do when you launch an animation project or film project with your NFTs. You sell your NFTs or you airdrop, whatever you want to do. You're building the community, and you have to nurture them long term. You have to give them updates, constant. So yes, you're building reputation, of course. If you're building your community, you're building reputation because your community is now your ambassadors. Market reach, of course. If you like my product, or you like my animated franchise, Rick and Morty, whatever it could be, you'll tell other people about it. Watch this or buy this. Innovation, when you have a great community that loves your product, loves your franchise, they will suggest things to you. They will want to help you to do things better. They will do things for free. They will work for you for free just to be part of this cult that you've built. Brand loyalty, it all applies to this. And talent, like I said, you will find great people who have skills and want to help you. If you're short on staff, there's your, like, I don't know however many people you have in your community, let's say 10, 20,000 people, I'm sure some of them are animators, I'm sure some of them are voiceover people, or SFX artists, whatever it is. And resilience. Even when the market goes down, great community equals sustainability, right? That's super, super important. But there are challenges. Yeah, I didn't write what the challenges were. The main challenges are regulatory. So if you are releasing an NFT for your community, as a community engagement tool for your project, speak to lawyers and make sure that it's not classified as a security. Make it as much of a utility as possible. I would say do the same approach as you would do with a utility token. Like, it's not about value going up. Communication is really important, right? You don't say that the value will go up or anything like that. So regulation is the biggest challenge to using NFTs as a community engagement tool. And why am I talking about this? And why I mentioned animation more than films? Even though they're both have a lot of merit. The film industry is huge, but the animation industry at the moment, the adult animation industry is undersupplied right now, and it has been. I think, where was it? Since 2020 and 2023 in the US, and US is the biggest market for adult animation. It was undersupplied three times, or like by the, yeah, 3 times. I don't know how to say it properly, but you know what I'm saying. And it's a huge industry. Globally, it's gonna reach, hopefully, almost 800 billion by 2032. And the big streaming platforms, they are hungry for good animated series. Because some of them that come out, they just don't fit. They fit a certain niche. They're not really that popular. I mean, a lot of people like Rick and Morty, but let's say Carol and the End of the World, if anyone of you have watched this, it's great. I love it. But some of my friends are like, I don't get it. Like, I just don't like it. But those kind of animations, they don't suit everyone. But anyway, great segment in the film and animation industry, and we're working in this. That's why I mentioned. So ZenFrogs is an animated franchise. That's what we're building. And we're using NFTs as an engagement tool for two things. One thing is what I said about giving the opportunity for the character within your NFT to participate in the series. And the second one is the merchandising right. So we retain the right to use your NFT character as we want. Otherwise, it becomes really complicated legally. We retain the right to do with it what we want. But we have a clause that says that if you hold this NFT, you hold this character, and then it becomes really successful in the series, we go to you and we say, look, let's do a licensing agreement, 70-30. Let's say you get 70%, we get 30, or vice versa, whichever one it is. We do the merch, we do the heavy lifting, and you get commission of holding your NFT. I think that's amazing. But you cannot just get the right for your character to participate in the series anytime you want. You have to earn the right. So the community has to engage, has to vote on the character, etc., etc., etc. So there's a certain system in place. So yeah, I would say also I love Rick and Morty, and what we're doing with ZenFrogs is Rick and Morty meets Midnight Gospel with frogs, loads of frogs. So keep an eye out for ZenFrogs in the future. I'm sure you'll hear about us, because we're not an NFT first project. We're building a franchise first, selling it to Netflix, etc., etc. And NFTs is the engagement mechanism that's under it. But yeah, I'm running out of time. This is our art, a part of our art. So it's a lot of detail, a lot of crazy stuff. I'd love to show you a lot more, but there's just not enough time. And yeah, I'm really excited. Imagine a comedy with really dark twists, like some dark twists that would make you think about your existence and how could they write this in the story. And this is our team, mostly our team. So my brother is a award-winning illustrator in the UK. I think I mentioned this in the beginning or not. And me, I build conferences. I run a business incubator, like I mentioned in the beginning. So this is what we do. And I'll finish it there. You can scan this QR code. I forgot where, it leads you to Linktree, and then you can follow us or follow me, add me on Twitter. Yeah, and follow me, write me an email. I'm very accessible. Unfortunately, after this, I don't know what time it is, but I have like 10 minutes. If you want to chat, I'd love to talk to you, but I have to run and catch the train back to Narva very soon. Thank you, guys. I'd love to take some questions if you have any, and if you don't, then just catch me off the stage. Thank you.